to our audience. This video contains vulgar, disturbing language.
No, Sarah.
No, Nancy. Yeah. No, this was marriages, and I moved on her very heavily. In fact, I took her out furniture shopping. She wanted to get some furniture. I said, I'll show you where they have some nice furniture. I took her out furniture. I moved on her like a bitch, but I couldn't get there, and she was married. And all of a sudden, I see her. She's now got the big phony tits and everything. She's totally changed her look. I better use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything. And I may have said that's disgusting. I may have said something else. I thought it was terrible. She's a horrible person, knows nothing about me. I see her, she's now the great expert on Donald Trump. I beat her so badly. She's a vicious, horrible person.
Yes. My question was about, is it okay that a man who wants to be the president of the free world is bragging and admits to it, and yes, he's apologized to sexual
wrong.
assault.
Okay, yes, but that is that. But here's the thing, he's not running to be the Pope. Look at the culture of our country. Everybody knew he had strip clubs, but still the millions of people chose him to be the nominee.
I once read the list of things that Trump does that sound like a third world dictator. You put your name on buildings. You appoint your family members to positions of power. Your rallies are scary. You hate the press and talk about jailing reporters. You want missile parades. He doesn't have one, but he wants one. You use the office for financial gain. You love other dictators.
I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody, and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible. When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems.
This is the kind of person that needs to lead our country. God can use anybody. He used the harlots. And that's the thing. It's all about what God can do. God can do this. God can use this man.
They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists. And some, I assume, are good people.
If you become president, will a woman make the same as a man? And do I get to choose what I do with my body?
You're going to make the same if you do as good a job. You're going to make the same if you do as good a job.
They still had better lives here than they did back in Africa.
As slaves, they had better lives here.
There are some that would argue that. You can look that up.
Bend, Wisconsin. She's been selling Trump products for months.
They see a person that actually stands for, what they've been thinking in their head, but were too afraid to say all the years.
Like defending the Confederate flag, which, ironically, Trump has said belongs in a museum. Rob sells it with Trump 2016 right in the middle.
You cannot deal with this White House because you cannot deal with facts, you cannot deal with science, you cannot deal with economics, you can't deal with jobs, you can't deal with anything but mythology and slogans.
President Obama give you any advice that was helpful? That you think, wow, he really...
Very nice to me, but after...
What does that mean, sir?
You can figure that out yourself.
Well, the reason I asked is you said you called him sick and bad.
Look, you can figure it out yourself. He was very nice to me with words, and when I was with him, but after that, there has been no relationship.
Gerard McClendon is a writer and professor of education at Calumet College at St. Joseph. Tonight, he joins us as a guest commentator with some thoughts about Barack Obama's. I vehemently defend Obama every day because he has high expectations. Barack is smart enough, he is human enough, but if you're like Obama, you have a Harvard degree, you have an intelligent wife, who, by the way, is Princeton and Harvard trained, and you're a responsible father. We might find that those who question Barack Obama's cultural awareness are in need of an identity check themselves. Competent, confident and if he's an advocate for social justice.
My worst day as president was hearing that 26-year-olds had been shot in the most brutal way in their school where they should have been safe.
Stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody.
If I were to ask you how a president should act while in office, how would you respond? Because for me, I would say a president should act presidential. With Obama, hate him or love him, he was always presidential. He was always professional, and you could tell that he cared about what he was doing.
Do you believe in punishment for abortion, yes or no, as a principle? The answer is that there has to be some form of punishment. For the woman? Yeah, there has to be some form.
Nobody has more respect for women than I do. Nobody. The funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting.
Right,
I want to make sure that
like
everything is good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women.
Honestly, Donald Trump is the product of fear. His campaign built on fear. The way he's running his office built on fear. And yet we allow it to continue. He is everything that is shameful about our past. Racist remarks, sexist remarks. Where do we draw the line? He's unqualified and a complete megalomaniac. The fact of the matter is, if you have any pride, or you consider yourself an American, it is your duty to impeach this man because he is not fit to run a country. Pride in your country does not mean standing behind a man who you may not agree with, or giving that man a chance to show that he's good, even though countless times he has shown he is incompetent. No. Pride is pointing your country in the direction you believe it should go. Now, I do believe we should impeach Donald Trump. I know we should impeach Donald Trump. But the only way we'll make it happen is if we push for it, if we fight for it. We have to take a stand and show that we care about what happens to this country, and show that we are proud Americans.